All right. All right. Um, so I'd like to move over to the mental training, right? Because I think that that's where most of the work is done. Like you were saying, people are only going to train maybe once a month, two times a month, once a week at best. I have a crew that's training like 2 days a week, and it's kind of crazy that they're giving up that much of their time for it. I, for me, all I do is gym. I run a gym. I basically live at the gym. That's what I do. So just the fact that people want to come in consistently and do that is great. But then some people do fall apart when it's time to go. They have all the skills, they're ready, they are what I can see as like a national level champion in their heart and in their soul. They step into the dojo and they fall apart, right? They get behind the lines, they're ready, and then they'll misstep, they'll slip, and they'll just mentally fall apart. What do you guys do for building mental toughness and like in high pressure situations?
Yeah, we get a lot of that back home. Uh, People that just, I call it too many mind. A lot of people get it in sports like diving. They get it in these sort of intensive fear, adrenaline type situations. They either freeze up or they, figure it out. But I try by saying, let's all get together and do a practice the day before. Let's just do a light session. We go over things almost like a bit of shadow boxing, shadow sumo. Then they loosen up a little bit. They kind of feel like, hey, I kind of know what I'm doing here. Like, I'm meant to be here. That is the biggest thing. When they don't feel familiar, when it feels foreign, when it's like, oh, this is already a bit sketchy, like I know now I'm not comfortable, that's when it all, you know, just gets too much. So helping them with that off the dojo, making them just feel like, hey, this is what, this is what you've been doing, this is what you're about, like, and you're all good. That's a big part of it. Yeah. And then touch eye practice, like doing a lot of that. We do a lot of just half, not give it everything, but just touch eye, Hakuri, 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 over and over. Until,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not such a big deal. You're like, they know they're going to get hit and they're ready to hit back.
nice. And then Sigmund?
Yes, when it comes to mental training, it's important to take that seriously. Like, it's important to have that as a genuine thing you do in a training regiment, preparing mentally for competitions, and that has many different aspects to it. One is the visualization of the actual tournament system, and we have. Luckily, and I must give a big thank you to our athlete select committee who suggested opening a virtual clubhouse. Which in the beginning I was a bit like, is this going to be a thing? And then because I'm stubborn and weird like that, but but they pushed me to get a virtual clubhouse going for our team, and it's just an incredible resource that they put out, like mental training exercises. For instance, I can pick out a mental training exercise that I find and like, this is a good one. Go home and do this. And one of the ones we have is like the visualizing the world championships, essentially not the matches. The matches, they go as they do, but everything else around it, like how you sit in a corner. You can maybe hear me shout from the stands, but probably not. And they call your name. You get up there, you bow, you get inside the ropes, you sit down, you do the ritual. You get in there, stare down your opponent, get up, ready for touch eye, go. And then visualize yourself in that many different scenarios, fight scenarios, and you do that over and over and over again. Repetition is the key. So that's one mental training exercise. But another one is to watch a lot of game tapes. Like watching, we have a whole library of game tapes from of ourselves and from abroad. Or just keep watching the game tapes. Keep looking at those small details. Watch it in slow motion. See how the others, how they move their legs. See how you move your legs, and keep thinking, being conscious. That's one of those things when you turn up to sumo practice. And as I said earlier, like art practices are like only technical. Like I don't care if you don't break a sweat. Like it's not about that. It's about getting better at our sport. But if you just come there and just put in the sparring reps without being conscious, you're not doing the work. Like you gotta really think about what you're doing and be conscious about like improving every little bit. But as you said, like to your question, people athletes who fall apart when they come up to the yo-yo is because they haven't really competed in that setting, and it's not it's they have in the back of their head, I think most of them have in the back of their head that this is going to be all or nothing on one big shot, because it is a bit like that. And that's scary. It's scary as hell. And you need to prepare for it mentally, and you need to do it often. You need to do it many, many times. And typically, the athletes you see fall apart, they fall apart in their first and or second and or third tournament because they haven't done it so many times, and they get stuffed up in their head, bit like overhyped, and then they're blind essentially when the touch eye comes. So it's the amount of times you just need to do it many times. Essentially, that's for that scenario. That's the most important bit. Be conscious always.